fucking guy. All right. It's Kevin Garcia, a.k.a. the Puerto Rican Kid, KG. I already know this is FightHype, back with my man, Blair. I want to talk to you about a couple of things, bro, because we spent some time over this last week together in Vegas, and, we talked about a lot, and I wanted to make sure I gave you the platform. I wanted to make sure I gave you the platform to address some of them things. So let's just start with you, bro. First and foremost, you're coming off a big win last year against Adrian Broner. It's a notable opponent, something that you've been after for a while. You came, you showed out, you dominated that fight. And it's been about 7 months since then, right? It's been about 7 months. What's next for Blair the Flair? Like, I know you've been after a fight. Just talk to us about where you're at mentally. What would you like to see happen this year? And are there any potential fights on the horizon?
The fights that I want, man, is just every big name. Any big guy that's out there right now. Look, if I'm willing to fight Boots, then I'm willing to fight pretty much anybody. My team is very, very happy with my performance and very happy to see me fighting absolutely anybody. Right now, anybody can get it. But like right now, it's like this. If we can't get one of these fights, we need to get a good fight that keeps me moving up the rankings. That's just what it is right now. If I can't have these guys fight me, then we have to make them fight me.
Why do you think it's been hard for you to get like a notable opponent?
Because I'm far too unpredictable to just think that your guy can somehow win. There's a gray area of I don't know, of uncertainty when it comes to fighting somebody like me, because I constantly pull off these big fights where I'm a heavy underdog and you can't really see me coming. And there's not nearly enough footage to truly understand what I'm actually capable of. That's why, like, a lot of times I will have these fights where I'm a heavy underdog and then boom, something happens. And it might happen early and then things is going crazy.
Yeah, look, you got Broner last year, right? And I know obviously, we were together in Philadelphia. I was there when you called out Boots. It's a fight that, makes sense for a lot of reasons. Philadelphia versus Philadelphia. To people who are familiar with each other, you definitely know how to sell a fight. Boots is gaining popularity every day. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. He's going in a different direction. So let's talk about that really quick. Boots versus Stanionis seems like the fight that's going to be made, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that there's probably been some rumors. I don't think it's been officially announced, but it looks like that's the direction we headed in. Or maybe it has been announced, whatever. You know both guys. You know Boots because you've sparred with Boots, out in the Philly scene. Yep. You're familiar with Stanionis. Talk to me a little bit about that fight, how you see it. What kind of trouble do you envision for either fighter?
Well, there's some very interesting things of elements that happens in this fight. Stanionis is not a normal fighter. I know because I've sparred with him a couple times and I've seen him in Wild Card Gym. He's not quite what it seems. It's very deceitful how like it looks rather what it's like actually being in there with him. So I don't like, the thing is, right, this is me personally, I would lose to somebody like Stanionis. A perfect style to beat somebody like me. And I would lose if I didn't know what he had already. If I didn't have the experience. Of course, having the experience, I'll run right through him. But he's not an easy fight at all. He's not an easy fight for somebody like Boots, because I can see a lot of things, a lot of elements about Boots that might actually play against them fighting somebody like this. So I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. And honestly, I give it a 50-50. This will probably be the only fight I could give Boots credit for.
You're saying if he wins, you think it elevates his status a little bit?
Yes.
It validates him more as like one of the top names.
Yes. If he wins this fight, he actually beat a world champion. That's different, But the thing is, it ain't gonna be easy. And it could very well go the other way. And what happens if Boots loses in a fight against Stanionis? Does he come back?
Got you.
Do they like, oh, you know what? scrambling, trying to figure out how to make some more money out of Boots. Then, okay, let's make the Blair Flair fight happen. No, I wanted you while you already had the belt and you already was good. Like, what's going on? Like, no, oh, now you see where the money is. See, like, so it's kind of weird, but boxing is just one of those sports that's constantly, you gotta constantly deal with the politics of it. Yeah.
Got you. So you know, I want to just expand on that a little further. You said, you know, you sparred Stanionis. What were some of the things that he did that you found challenging?
I don't want to like show too much.
Got it.
But because I would like for these fighters to deal with it themselves, so it'd be fair. You know what I mean? But one thing's for certain, he's not a normal fighter. Let's just put it like that. Like, it looks like he's just a hit and get hit type of guy, but no, he's very strong, very resilient, and he'll never back up. You'll never back him up. So the best thing that you could do is stand there. But most times people, what they'll do is try to get around him. You cannot get around him. He cuts off the ring perfectly. He's patient, and he'll walk around. Like, you can't get around his feet, no matter which way you go or how you slice it. It's going to be very interesting, because if Stanionis gets the momentum to pile on punches on Ennis, things are going to look a little bit different, and we're going to see where Ennis really is. But Stanionis is still a man. He can still get hurt, so I would love to see what happens. But I can see Stanionis covering a hole, putting a lot of pressure, and it's allowing it to happen, because he's getting, you know, he likes to get his punches off and play a lot in the inside, and I don't think that's a very good thing to do against somebody like Stanionis. Yeah, you pulled it off against a light punching Karen, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can pull that off against a light punching Karen, but you can't pull it off against somebody like Stanionis. He'll club you to death. He's not a knockout puncher, but he'll club you to death. He'll and break you down, and he'll throw a lot more punches if you allow him to.
Got you. I know you were talking to Bozy at the Pacheco Nelson fight, and I just wanted to ask if you could just offer any insight into what that conversation was about. You know, obviously you've called out Boots, but it seems like you and Bozy have a good relationship. Can you just, you know, offer any insight as to what that conversation with Bozy was about when you saw him at Pacheco Nelson?
Well, I'm always friendly with Bozy. Bozy is you know, he's a big guy in Philadelphia. I knew him back in the day, actually before Boots actually got into boxing. You know what I mean? I've known Bozy for that long. And it's, you know, right now it is what it is, but like if there was ever anything I can lend a hand, I'm always going to be Team Philly. I'm always going to be team for my people. So like, if I already told him, like, look, if you don't know what you're dealing with, I can tell you. And he's like, no, we got it. I'm like, okay, hopefully the confidence isn't overconfidence, because like what they're dealing with is not what it seems. That's my thing. It looks simple and easy. It looks simple and easy to me too. I know. You know what I mean? I was like, oh yeah, this easy work. Watch this. First sparring session, I'm like, oh, okay, this is different. I can't run from him. I can't move. I can't, like, no, he's gonna try to club you to death. He's got tons of volume, tons of pressure. He's very resilient. He tucks his chin. You know what I mean? I'm throwing everything, uppercuts, hooks, body shots, this, that. But the thing is, it only drains your energy. You know what I'm saying? And then when you start realizing that, like, you know what, I'm tired of playing this whole inside shit. Let me start stepping around. That drains your energy too. That's why a lot of his fighters, a lot of the fights that Stanionis fought in, he drained these guys' energies and just fucking pulled them into the deep end and drowned them. And that could happen to Boots if they're not careful, you know. Hopefully it doesn't go that way, but I know that Stanionis is not an easy task, you know.
Got you. I want to ask you two other questions, or two other kind of topics. But the first one, Blair, excuse me. Do you ever feel slighted, man? Do you ever feel like, you don't get the shine you deserve? And what do you think is the cause of that, bro? I know you said it's risky for other fighters, but you've been with Golden Boy before. You were signed to big promotions. You're with DKP now, Donkey Promotions. Do you ever feel like you don't get a fair shot?
Yeah, that's always the case. Let's put it like this. There was no belt, no title that would ever match me as a person and what I am and what I represent than the people's champion. Like, that was just golden. That was worth anything in the whole world. Because the thing is, right, we're all praying and hoping for that underdog to set the world on fire. Let's just put it like this. There's a reason why we all fell in love with the Rocky series. And it wasn't because Rocky was just that one guy that was so incredibly talented, or Rocky was just that guy that everybody believed in. No, he wasn't the guy that everybody believed in. He was the underdog. You know what I'm saying? And then you have somebody like me that has all the charisma, all the dedication, and that's constantly upsetting fights, taking on giants and turning them into like, regular people. You know what I mean? I take on giants and take down giants. And that's the essence of boxing. That's what we all work to aspire to see. We're like, when people want to see these fights, what the fuck you watching? You just watching two guys just like fucking in some goddamn highly technical boxing thing. Like, people don't give a shit about that technique shit. They're looking for the drama, looking for the action, and honestly, deep down in their heart, they're looking for something that is so inspirational that you can't, that moment of watching it was golden. That moment of watching Muhammad Ali knock down and knock out George Foreman was golden. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like we watch these fights to see that one time that somebody that you got to see the measure of a man's spirit. And you get to see that with Blair Flair. And you get to see Blair Flair fight on these big giant fights with guys that, like, most times people would say I'm over the hill or I'm going to lose or this and that. And I win. And that's why I'm the people's champion. They get to see something that made them fall in love with boxing in the first place.
Enough said. Blair, look, before I ask you this last question on this, or this next question on this last topic, I just want to say I hope that you get the fights this year that you deserve. I know we've talked about the big names in the past, the Boots, anybody, any champ at 147. I know you've mentioned to me, if not one of them, you'd be open to fighting Karen Chikazian, who Eddie Hearn actually mentioned to you. I was there, that he would be open to making that fight happen. So hopefully, Eddie, you're listening. I know you said you'd be open to two other fighters. Who are the two other guys so we could put that out there?
Eddie said that he would promote it himself. Okay.
Exactly.
All of the top fighters.
There was two other guys. I know the top ones for sure, but I just want to make sure you get those call outs. You said Karen, and who are the other two guys?
David Avanesian.
David Avanesian. Yep.
And pretty much anybody that's stupid enough to fight Blair Flair. You know what I mean? That's basically where it is. You just gotta be stupid enough to fight me. And have something. Be at least a 3.5 star. You know what I mean? Have something that don't have five losses to lower level opponents. I think I read a comment. I think I read a comment like that. We won't say any names, but I think I read a comment like that. Don't have 5 losses to low level opponents and fought absolutely nobody and gotten absolutely nowhere. Because I don't have time for that. But for like good fighters that have quality, that hey, like they might have fought Terrence Crawford or this or that or Boots or something that's good. You know what I mean? A winning record. Like, that's worthy of me fucking getting in shape, training hard as fuck, you know what I mean? And doing the most, and me getting the fucking kind of payday that's worth all of that hard work. I hate working so hard to get nowhere. I've done it my whole life. And I've given you guys plenty of free action. You know what I'm saying? My first blow up fight, the first time I blew up fighting an Olympian, or Armenian Olympian, undefeated, with 16-1. I was a 16-1 underdog. That means your grandmama couldn't even bet on your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm just, and then continued on, fighting more fights of undefeated fighters. Like, now it's time to, like, actually get to the bag and get to giving you guys the excitement that you guys deserve. I am the fighter of the fans.
Say less. I hope this year is the year that we get to see that in the ring. And, you know, I'll be rocking with you. FightHype will be here, you know, every step of the way, my guy.
Absolutely. I convicted as Blair the Flair. This is the year of the Flair. You can check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Blair the Flair for more exciting content. Official BlairTheFlair.com. You know why? Woo! Because nobody does it better, baby.
There we go, FightHype. We out.